Hey there, this is the One Boom, and this video is sponsored by Ewin Racing, a fantastic manufacturer of gaming desks and chairs. The one I'm sitting in right now, they sent me, and I have some nice things to say about it, and I have some B-roll I recorded last night at like 2 a.m. that'll play in the background, so that's a treat. This chair has a ton of features, from a non-winged seat design to incredibly versatile armrests that can be moved 100 different ways, the ability to completely recline flat, which I'm never brave enough to do, but it is capable of it, and the times I have done it, I didn't die, so that was good. And that's probably due to the fact that it has a very heavy-duty, high-quality base and set of casters. This thing on the bottom is so heavy-duty, this thing can hold like 600 pounds. Like, here's it holding a bear. That's a bear. Sort of. After long gaming and streaming and editing sessions, my back used to hurt, but with this thing, not a chance. I have loved this. If I would have gotten this chair and had back problems and stability issues, I wouldn't be promoting it. But I've never been so surprised by something my ass touches. So if you want to get yourself a gaming chair or desk, they have lots of stuff to choose from. Go over to Ewin Racing and use code ONEBOOM20 to save 20% on your order. This is nice, it's like a little banner. Vanguard's lack of identity is no secret, but there's something I've not seen anybody else rant about, and I decided I gotta rant about it. The lack of iconic weapons added post-launch to Vanguard is insulting to say the least. Now, not insulting to the actual soldiers that died or the actual war, insulting to you, the person who put $60 on a World War II game and still don't have a Springfield or a Welrod or an M1919 Browning. Where's the FG-42 and where's the Lee Enfield? I'm not gonna pretend to be a weapon expert and pull out some really obscure stuff and throw it at you guys to seem smart or interesting. No, I don't care about that at all. The weapons they haven't added, honestly, are so simplistic. I just don't know how it hasn't happened. Now, maybe there's licensing problems or what have you, but I mean, they're paying to get Terminator, Godzilla, King Kong in this game. I don't think that getting a Springfield would be any harder. This game is not an authentic World War II experience. Not like Call of Duty is going to be anyway. Call of Duty, even if you put a really realistic, grounded skin on it, it's still gonna be Call of Duty at the end of the day. But even with that in mind, it's not anywhere near what a World War II depiction should be. It doesn't have an identity. Well, it doesn't have its own identity at all. Like, it's a World War II game that doesn't feel like or look like a World War II game, except in some locations and in some uncustomized weapons. A couple of the outfits look like they might have been seen on a battlefield at some point during the time period, but that's it. Then Attack on Titan characters and Terminators and Godzillas and King Kong start running around and throwing people, and it's like, well, I just don't think we should give a shit. Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg's here. To be so disassociated from your own time period that you chose to make is bizarre to me. I don't get it, because they didn't go alt history, Wolfenstein, Diesel Punk-esque, they just did World War II, but shit. And then on top of that, to just not include iconic World War II weaponry that's been in like every other World War II game, it's almost like they're scared of being a World War II game. Like, well, they don't want to have the Springfield in here, that's a given. Yeah, but the M1 Garand's in here, the Thompson's in here, what's the deal? It's like their big thing with the marketing of Vanguard is that they were worried that the audience wouldn't be surprised. So here's a bunch of fictional, random pop culture bullshit, so that way, we're keeping you on your toes and keeping your wallets open. Look, I think it's funny that they're adding Terminator. I think the Godzilla outfit actually looks pretty cool. I'm not here trying to, petition for this game to be historically accurate. But on top of not being anywhere near a good World War II game, it's missing so many iconic World War II weapons that would just make total sense as fun post-launch additions. Like, if they added a Lee Enfield sniper rifle with a unique, grenade launcher attachment to it, that'd be kinda cool. Where are the rifle grenades? I want rifle grenades in Vanguard. And there's been no post-launch handguns. Why not give us a Welrod that's sort of coded like the RW1 from Advanced Warfare? A single shot, one shot to the upper chest killing pistol. It would be really fun. It'd be like the Welrod from Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Why not give us an M1919 Browning? It could be the highest DPS, highest damaging LMG in the game, but only has any accuracy whatsoever when mounted with a bipod. It's essentially like a sentry turret you have to carry around and place somewhere, so it'd be a really fun overkill weapon. You have like a Thompson, and then you swap to the M1919, and you plant it on the ground, and you start chewing people up. I think that'd be great. Why the fuck not? This game has crazy, over-the-top weapon customization, just an absolute ton of guns and maps and things of the sort. This game's multiplayer has content, but it's what it's omitting that's really confusing to me. Like, it kind of blew my mind that in Modern Warfare 2019, we never got a full auto conversion kit for the Glock. I mean, the weapon had a stock attachment, but we never got a full auto conversion kit. But in Vanguard, it's not the lack of a conversion kit that's making me sort of wince, it's the fact that you have a World War II game without a Springfield. You have a World War II game without an FG-42. You have a World War II game without a well rod, without a, the Lee Enfield, I believe, is in the campaign. That really pisses me off. It's in the campaign, it's in the code, but it's nowhere to be seen in the multiplayer. I don't know why Vanguard, out of any Call of Duty game, had to be so at odds with itself. That's really what I see when I look at Vanguard. It didn't want to be a World War II game, it didn't want to be a period piece, it didn't want to be historically accurate, it didn't want to be heavily fictionalized and diesel punkish. They wanted to make a version of World War II that fits into the Black Ops Cold War-esque universe. They wanted to make a version of World War II that you could maybe justify happening before the events of Black Ops 1. Except Black Ops 1 has artistic integrity and looks like a game made for adults, so there's a little bit of contrast there. But if you ignore that, then you can ignore just about anything. Vanguard has some great gimmicks, additions, and really solid gunplay in my opinion. Maybe the time to kill is too fast with certain weapons and certain conversions, but for the most part, Vanguard is a solid Call of Duty game. It's just a damn shame that there's nothing for anybody to latch onto. And when they add pop culture shit like Godzilla, King Kong, and Terminator, it doesn't really feel like, oh, wink wink, nod nod, isn't this kind of silly? It feels like it's them trying to grab some kind of audience at all. Like, hey, you might not have been interested in Vanguard, but you like Terminator, don't you? Like, that's why these games add pop culture shit. It's why Fortnite's been doing it for years. And I'll tell you, it's almost worked. Like, I don't play a lot of Fortnite. I reviewed the no build mode, it was all right, but then they added a Spider-Man skin and I almost loaded up the game just to, and then I realized it's not that big a deal, I don't need it. The people that think these sort of pop culture crossovers are cringy and dumb, it's just because it's not a crossover you want. It's not a crossover you like or appreciate. Somebody out there is jazzed as fuck, and hell, when I was streaming earlier today, there were people in my chat saying, yeah, well, I'm actually, super excited for the Terminator bundles to come out. So it clearly works. It's a damn shame though that this game doesn't, stand on its own 2 feet. It doesn't do that on its own merit, on its own art style, its own direction, its own authenticity, on its own source material. It doesn't do it. It doesn't do right by itself. And I think omitting these iconic weapons is just more evidence of that. It's like showing up to a party with one of those t-shirt tuxedos. It's like, yeah, I didn't want to get dressed up, and then I wanted to let you know that I didn't want to get dressed up. Look how ironic and funny I am. And that's what Vanguard is. Look how ironic and funny I am. Like, the game has a 1911. Okay, I'd be surprised if it didn't, but of course they give it a fully automatic conversion kit because it's almost like a little middle finger. Like, here's a gun that you would expect to see in a World War II game, but we gave it full auto because, isn't that funny? Call of Duty Vanguard is the t-shirt tuxedo of the franchise, and that's how we're looking at it, and that's how I'm gonna continue to look at it, and I won't be questioned on this. I think it's a damn shame that Vanguard isn't just sort of a middle-of-the-road Call of Duty game, that it's a terrible World War II game. And again, these weapons being omitted simply proves that, and Terminator being not omitted really proves that. So, yeah, good job, Vanguard. You have no identity, you're an absolute sellout, your irony is lost even on yourself. I'll talk to you guys later. See you when I see you. Goodbye.